Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for waiting. We've just concluded an ARIA side event on accountability in Ukraine, hosted by Albania and France, and with really excellent attendance. A variety of points were made. Of course, many of you would have had access to what was said in the ECOSOC room next door, but the principle that I wanted to also emphasize is this is not really a time for talking, it's a time for action. International law cannot be a passive spectator. It can't be sedentary. It needs to move with alacrity to protect and to insist on accountability. The day after I commenced the investigation on the 2nd of March, I deployed a team to the region. I've been myself to Ukraine twice in these last period, to Lviv and to Kiev. I've been to Busha and to Borodenko, and my team of analysts and forensic experts, anthropologists and lawyers have been to other areas as well, and at the same time as conducting their own independent outreach and investigations, they've been also working and building relationships with the Ukrainian authorities. Ukraine has an excellent Prosecutor General. There's great work done at the regional level by Europol, and particularly Eurojust. We signed a joint investigation team agreement the day before yesterday, in which for the first time in the history of the ICC, the Office of the Prosecutor is a participant in that joint investigation team with Poland, with Lithuania and with Ukraine. And in parallel to that, there are more than 9 other European states that are conducting structural and other investigations. The truth does not need to be a phantom that cannot be grasped. It's grasped by rolling up one's sleeves, by working, by conducting old-fashioned investigative efforts, by using modern technology, harnessing technology, whether it's satellite or radar or interception, and combining it to see what seems to be true. And ultimately, the great safeguard of international justice is not down to a particular witness, it's not down to a particular prosecuting national authority, it's not down to me. There are judges above us, independent judges that will evaluate and weigh the evidence and ultimately make determinations. So I think the message at the moment really must be a reinvigoration of the law, an acceleration of effort to make the law solid, to make the law real, and not an abstract principle that is for lawyers in their robes in courtrooms in the distant Hague, or even in courtrooms in Ukraine or in Poland or anywhere else for that matter. It really needs to be seen, and it needs to have an effect to try to mitigate the worst excesses of human behavior that are manifested in crimes within the court's jurisdiction. We should feel ashamed. We should feel ashamed that in 2022 we continue in so many parts of the world to see violence that may constitute genocide, crimes against humanity and war crimes. And the pictures at this particular moment, the focus is on Ukraine, but in many other parts of the world, we need to do better. And we need to realize there is hope. There are examples out there, but we need all individuals, the media, the great journalism, in fact, that we've seen by different media houses, the great courage going into different locations, very good NGOs, national authorities. Nobody should be a bystander, because if we don't stand up for justice now, who will stand up for justice for any of us?